I was tutoring at the home of the school's hottest guy, helping his younger brother with lessons. My online boyfriend messaged me complaining, "Baby, my mom just found a tutor for my little brother, and it turns out she's my classmate. She's such a pain." "What a coincidence," I said, glancing at D10 fiddling with his phone across from me, feeling a little awkward. That girl was really unpleasant. He clearly didn't like her at all. D10 kept his head down, typing and muttering under his breath. I was too scared to reply to the message. Could it really be such a coincidence? Although I had picked my online boyfriend recently, I hadn't expected something this coincidental. Yang Yangxi, can you focus on tutoring my little brother? Stop looking at your phone all the time. Gitel noticed me fiddling with the phone and looked displeased. Fine, fine. I reluctantly put my phone down. He immediately resumed texting with his head lowered. My phone kept buzzing non-stop. Oh my god, if you won't let me use my phone, don't text me then. I looked up and accidentally met his slightly annoyed gaze. Silent. I switched my phone to silent mode. Luckily, he didn't notice anything strange. I still couldn't believe the online boyfriend I'd been seeing for so long was actually the school's famous hot guy. Hey, teacher, can you check this? Did I get it right? Gabe Rabin excitedly showed me his exercise book. I glanced over. He had indeed followed each step exactly as I'd instructed. The boy was very smart. Once I taught him one problem type, he could figure out and apply the concept to similar problems on his own. I nodded, pleased, unable to help but praise him. You learn fast. Very good. Is there anything else you don't understand? I glanced at the clock. We'd been at an hour past the scheduled time. Gibribing was smart but must have been inattentive at school to have to catch up now. No, thank you, teacher. You teach very well. The door opened and Gitan's mother stepped in, wearing a gentle smile. Bang bang. How's Teacher Hai's tutoring? Has he learned well? Yes, he's learned everything. Teacher Hai teaches really well. And she's beautiful and gentle too. Gibribing nodded repeatedly, showering me with compliments. In contrast, Gitan's face grew darker and darker, but he said nothing. I've rarely seen you praise any teacher like this before. Well then, let Teacher Doon continue tutoring. His mother said softly, glancing at her phone. She's here so late, why not have her stay at our house? It would be convenient since she can go to school with D10 tomorrow morning. Please don't call me Teacher Doon anymore. Just call me Little Hai. I said firmly, noticing Gitan's annoyed look. No need. I still have to visit my mother at the hospital, I added with regret. Is that so? The city hospital is quite far. Let Gitan take you there. Before I could refuse, she pulled Gitan to stand. Son, did you hear your mother? Hurry and take your guest. Gitan reluctantly grabbed the keys on the table. The keys were mechanical and shaped like a horse rearing up a Ferrari key. Just seeing the Ferrari was enough to make many schoolgirls swoon. He went to get the car and told me to wait here. Only then did I get to see D10's latest messages. His text paused several minutes ago. The last one was a code to the sticker he'd sent. I scrolled up to reread the conversation. Baby, why didn't you reply to me? She's tutoring my little brother but can't focus. I already scolded her. Oh my god, you really have to tell others about this. Before, I thought he wanted to share everything with me. His playful side was kind of cute sometimes. But I still avoided associating my online boyfriend with the cold-faced Gitan. Baby, when will we finally meet? I promise I won't disappoint you. Truly cold outside, warm inside. His handsome exterior that drove thousands of girls crazy hit a childish soul. No way, I'm ugly. Meeting in person wouldn't go well, baby. Finally you replied. What were you doing just now? You told me to wait here but you didn't drive off, instead busy texting. I was a bit annoyed. Getting scolded by an idiot was irritating. I just sent a message and saw the typing indicator right away. What idiot dared to scold my baby? I almost laughed, then chided myself. Oh, and his mom also said he should take his classmate home, but he didn't want to and said he'd sleep in his car later. Gitan was really cold. Why did he hate his classmate so much? I asked but felt like I already knew the answer. Anyone could see Gitan didn't like me, and I guess part of the reason why. A while later, Gitan messaged when she badmouths me behind my back. Clearly, he still hasn't forgotten that. During the pandemic, our school had been shut down for a time. All learning depended on teachers' online classes. That day was my first time using an online learning app. I only remembered there was a microphone icon with 4 Chinese characters beneath it, and a red line across the mic. Was it muted or unmuted? I really wasn't sure. Just then my roommate sent a voice message. Yanxi, don't you think Gitan is handsome? He even has a Ferrari. I think I like him now. But I heard a few days ago a girl confessed and got rejected. I blurted out, look at Gitan's face. If I looked twice more, I'd have to wear a padded jacket. What's so handsome about him? The teacher suddenly shouted, Yan Yanxi, no talking during class. Please mute your mic. Another message from my friend Yanxi. Why didn't you mute? The whole class heard, and there's gossip now. The school stopped lockdown afterward, but the story spread everywhere. Occasionally, some girls even came to my class to look at me. Who could say Gitan didn't want to live after that? But Gitan didn't make things hard for me. I didn't react either, except for the cold stares whenever he looked at me. And it seemed like he was cold to everyone, so I thought he really didn't care. Until now, I realized he still held a grudge. I probably didn't expect his online girlfriend to be the girl he hated. I was texting Gitan while opening a ride-hailing app to look for a car. Suddenly, the back door opened and Gitan's mother stepped out. She looked a bit surprised to see me. Oh, little Hai, why are you still here? Where's Gitan? She glanced around. Are you okay? Have you booked a ride? Cancel it immediately, let Gitan take you. She put the phone to her ear, smiled at me, then stepped aside. Gitan, where are you? Don't ignore your mother, huh? A minute later, she gave me an okay sign. Soon after, a red Ferrari sped over. Gitan glanced over at me. Get in. Unexpectedly, she pushed in front of me and grabbed Gitan's ear. You have to treat little Hai well. Do you know how hard it is to find a tutor for my son? If you let her quit, you'll have to tutor your brother yourself. Gitan grimaced in pain and gritted his teeth. Mom, okay, I get it. Passing a barbecue stall, I asked Gitan to stop. He looked at me helplessly as if saying, why are you so troublesome? I got off and my phone immediately buzzed. No doubt it was a message from Gitan. Haha, playing and texting with. I didn't bother replying. Right, Gitan and I met playing games. It was during a rank up match I enabled find nearby players and he was the only glorious king online. I sent an invite and was surprised he accepted immediately. Thinking back, nobody would pay attention to a girl like me, yet I ended up falling in love online with a guy like Gitan. If my best friend who was crazy about guys knew this, I wondered if she'd cry herself silly. After buying lamb skewers, I got in the car and opened Gitan's message. Baby, can we meet? I still haven't seen you in person. He had asked to meet many times. Thankfully, I never agreed before. If we met, he'd probably flip on me right there. If I look like your classmate, would you still like me? Baby. Ever since I knew Gitan was my online boyfriend, those two words baby always felt a little weird. I heard his message alert. He glanced at it but didn't reply because he was driving. We're here, his cold voice rang out. Haha, not so cold online. You're two-faced with me. Thanks. I hesitated for a moment but finally said thank you. Just as I got out, the Ferrari roared off. Oh my gosh, truly merciless. I had a hard time finding my mother's hospital room. Beforehand, I had asked many times but she wouldn't let me visit. She was alone in a vet room. Do you feel better yet? She shifted immediately when she saw me. She tried to get out of bed to stop me. Why are you here? Go back now. I looked at her in helpless disbelief. I know, you were hospitalized because of that doctor. It's okay. I just saw him go downstairs. My mother sighed, then returned to her tired state. That's good, but you can't let him know you have a grown-up daughter. Wait until he agrees to tell him. I smiled helplessly. Do you want some lamb skewers? Eat here so I can go home. I sat next to her feeling helpless. Mom, let's go home. That mansion is scary when I'm alone. Feels empty. She paid no attention, engrossed in eating. It's sad to be home alone for 2 hours, so I came to tutor. Why were such lousy clothes? I bought you so many designer items and bags, but you won't wear them. Mom was stubborn to the point of scary. Don't come back unless you get that Dr. Hook, got it? I couldn't persuade her and knew I'd have to keep trying. My phone lit up a chat message from Gitan's mother. Hey little Hai. From now on come tutor Ban every noon and evening. I'll raise your pay. After school, you and Gitan walk home together so he can take you. I pleaded with my mom for an hour, but she wouldn't budge. Finally, I had to buy a huge teddy bear at IKEA. Hugging it helped me sleep better. Back home, the house black as ink looked like a monstrous wide open mouth. I didn't even turn on the lights, just used my flashlight to navigate straight to my bedroom. Even a big house wasn't comforting. It just made me more scared. Turned on the air conditioner, pulled up the blanket, and started texting Gaten. Whenever I texted him, I felt calmer. If I look like your classmate, you'll have to rethink it. That message was sent over 10 minutes ago. A response to my question in the car. You said you liked me no matter what. His reply was noticeably delayed. No way, I can't look like that witch, he'd be so upset. Indeed, he hated me. Though I insulted him as ugly, others didn't think so. No need to hold a grudge, Wivy. Why not invite me to play games today? Seeing Wivy, I got goosebumps. Even dare not imagine Gitan's tone and expression saying that. Hey, what? Don't call me Wivy. Then a little cat sticker sulking appeared. What are you doing? Cold outside, but don't relax that much online. I decided to answer the question, ignoring his stunner attitude. I've been busy recently. Probably won't play much at noon or night. Okay. After chatting a bit, it was nearly midnight. Going to sleep, Wiffy. Good night. Good night. Finally, I didn't have the courage to reply hubby. Mom's chauffeur-driven car waiting outside. Too bad I don't have a license, so I have to call for a ride to school every day. As soon as I got off the car, my best friend waved happily at the school gate and ran over. Yanxi, you look really pretty today. Suddenly, a roaring engine sounded behind us. A familiar red Ferrari like a wild beast screeched to a stop in front of the school gate. As expected, Gate 10 always arrived high and mighty like this. I looked around and sensed something was off. Why are so many people at the school gate today? Don't you know, it's Gate 10's birthday today. Truthine said she wanted to confess her feelings. We all came to watch. In the crowd, immediately saw Truthine holding an extravagant birthday cake. Everyone was gossiping and whispering. No wonder you came early, probably to watch the confession scene. I cast a disdainful glance. What confession? Everyone's just here for the entertainment. No way she'll succeed. Truthine was very popular at school, but I didn't know much about her. I only heard she came from a wealthy family but was ostentatious. What's up with that? I could tell she stood out even from afar. Tall, fair-skinned, delicate features. Clearly a little rich girl, and experienced in love. I patted my friend's shoulder with a knowing look. You're still too green. Lots of girls confess to Ting. Have you ever seen him accept even one? Shufin has zero integrity. There's no way he'll say yes. Still, Ting hadn't gotten out of the car. My curiosity piqued. What made her so unpleasant? Didn't you hear? She trapped another rich girl in the bathroom and beat her up. She thinks having money means she can do anything. She bullies those less wealthy. Maybe she has psychological problems. You can't judge a book by its cover. She even posted about her confession in the group chat. Did you really think she'd succeed? I'm just here to watch her get embarrassed. Suddenly, my phone vibrated. Caller at the boss, Gita's mother. Hello, Andy. Is something the matter? Has Gita been looking for me at school? I glanced at the Ferrari nearby. Shake your head. No. All right, little high. Wait a moment. Soon Gita stepped out of the car. When the butterfly door opened, he looked like a prince from a fairy tale. Chuthin shyly stepped forward, holding the extravagant cake. My best friend grabbed my hand, excitement all over her face. Gita, happy birthday to her. She held the cake with both hands, her face slightly flushed. Gita stopped, glanced at the cake expressionlessly, without any intention to accept it. Thanks. Then he walked on, leaving Chuthin dumbfounded and embarrassed. The crowd either mocked or sympathized. I almost burst out laughing, pulling my friend ecstatically. I knew it. There's no way she'd succeed. But then I felt something was wrong. Damn it, why was he walking straight toward me? Sure enough, Gitao's gaze stabbed me like a knife. I sensed something unusual. Yanxi, why is Gitan coming to you? Did Andy tell me to wait? Wait, is she making him wait for a guest? I tensed, clutching my own hand tightly. Hey, stop pulling my hand so much. You pull when you're happy, pull when you're nervous. My hand's about to bruise. As Gitan approached, I noticed his ears were red. I suddenly remembered his mother's ear pinch last night. Could it be he got pinched again this morning? He looked at me the same way he looked at Chuthin earlier. I sincerely invite you. Please come home with me for lunch today, deal? I froze, then nodded. Seeing my nod, his face briefly lost composure before he turned back to the car. The Ferrari roared back onto campus. My best friend stared at me in amazement and admiration. So, going home together? You've already won him over? Won him over? I'm just his brother's tutor. Please, Miss Rich Girl, don't meddle. But surprisingly, I didn't even change my expression, still the same guy crazy face. Sigh, yet I still felt happy. Unfortunately, I'm terrible at studying and couldn't tutor high school students properly. My best friend's crush hadn't faded when Gi-tae's mother called again. This time, has Gi-tae found you yet? If I heard right, pride ting her voice. Yes, just found me. That's right, I knew it. Gi-tae is great everywhere, just too cold. Little Hai, you're so gentle you probably don't even dare ride in his car. That's why I told him to invite you personally. You feel reassured, right? After Gi-tae's grumpy text earlier, Andy, now I feel even less reassured. Still, I politely said, thank you, Andy. I hung up, and my best friend shyly poked my arm. Yan Hai, looks like you've become the center of attention. Sure enough, most people's eyes shifted from Chu-Thin to me, especially Chu-Thin, who looked at me as if I had just murdered her father. In everyone's eyes, I seemed to have ruined a romantic confession. I suddenly felt a bit like the humiliated third party. Let's go, there's nothing to see. I dragged my friend into class, escaping the crowd of gossip pungers. What? My friend's drama flared up again. Back when we were online, you said Gi-tae was like that. Now tutoring at his house, doesn't he make things hard for you? I put on a nearly crying face. Don't mention it. After a few hours tutoring, he almost tormented me to death. You're just digging up painful memories? If you hadn't said that about him, you might have a better chance confessing to Gi-tae than Chu-Thin. I quickly waved my hand. No way. I don't have the confidence. Who would have thought you'd get serious all of a sudden? Why not confident? Don't you know your background? Plus, you fit Gi-tae's family well. You're the only one who knows my family is well off because for my last birthday, I only invited her. Hearing my best friend, I took out my phone and scrolled through last night's messages with Gi-tae. My eyes stopped at how he called me darling wife. An indescribable feeling stirred inside. If only he knew who I really was. Would he still say that, or would he look at me like he did Chu-Thin, a cold glare with no expression? While I was lost in the text, a new message from Gi-tae arrived. Darling wife, Mom pinched my ears until they turned red this morning, accompanied by a crying kitten sticker, rubbing her head. Hey, are you okay? What's that? Ka, I guess right. Looks like I have a talent for fortune telling. 'Cause Mom only pinched him because of his brother's tutor? Things always came back to me. Unexpectedly, Gi-tae changed tone and started complaining about me. To be honest, I doubt he's ever been in love. He always talks about other girls in front of his online girlfriend. If he didn't talk about me, I would have dumped him long ago. Do you know how silly she is? How dumb? I scowled inwardly, wondering what he would say. His mom told him to let her into the house at the time. There was another girl outside the door bringing a birthday cake. He didn't want to get out, but the dumb girl didn't know where to look, neither entering the school nor leaving, and even tattled to his mom. He had no choice but to get out and find her. He was cold as ice just now. Now he's whining here. Gi-tae's mood changes too fast. Tattled to his mom, huh? Suddenly I thought of teasing him. Oh, someone brought you a cake too? Popular, huh? Sure enough, Gi-tae was silent for a long time. Yes, today's his birthday, darling wife. Aren't you planning to give me a present? Oh my, don't you know how you treat me? If you want to give, then I'll give you my 2 hands. I quickly sent a red envelope with 200 yuan. Satisfied? Mile. To my surprise, Gi-tae didn't accept it but sent back another red envelope. Darling wife, take this money and buy me a cake to bring to school, okay? Smooth talker, I smiled with a hint of resentment. I accepted the red envelope and turned off notifications. Haha, so you know what it means to lose money. I don't know why, but Chu-Thin and Gi-tae entered the classroom almost simultaneously. Both looked unhappy and a bit tired. Thinking back, I'd caused them both a lot of trouble. My mood instantly improved. Gi-tae probably wasn't so malicious to me after all. He didn't know I was the culprit. If only he didn't know. Chu-Thin was different. Her eyes looked like she wanted to devour me whole. 2 classes strapped on for nearly 2 hours. Whenever I looked up, Truthine glared at me with resentment. Hey, why are you staring at? You look like a grudging widow. I wanted to gouge her eyes out. Being stared at all class made me feel like collapsing. Finally, it was break time. I thought she'd look for trouble, but after 2 minutes she sat quietly. Looking a bit awkward, I had underestimated her. As soon as Gi-ten left the classroom, Chu-then rushed straight to me. Haha, so you're shying crowds, Yan Yangxi. I warn you, know your place. Her face darkened sharply. She probably hadn't met anyone who dared openly confront her like me before. Her lackeys saw their boss angry and immediately surrounded me. I looked at her with contempt. Are you really that tough in numbers? Playing childish middle school games. My friend stood by but couldn't help. Shu-Thing was truly crazy. If it came to fighting, she and her gang were too much for us. She was furious, chest heaving wildly. Clearly furious because of me. Don't you know your place? Her voice suddenly grew louder. Because you're poor. Don't dream of climbing higher by relying on Gi-ten. You're not worthy. I smiled at her, not bothering to argue. 3 years with the same blanket back and you're pretending to be rich here, mocking. I'm poor, so what? Because in fact she wasn't rich either, but arguing in class was so embarrassing. I didn't want to continue. My silence seemed to embolden her. She said one more sentence that made me immediately drop the idea of reconciliation. Everyone knows your mom picks you up every day. Isn't that because your dad isn't around? My heart clenched tight. I immediately stood up and slapped her. The slap echoed loudly. Everyone heard it clearly. Losing a loved one, no matter how long you can get used to, but only if others don't cruelly rip open the wound and stir the pain deep in your bones. My dad's a firefighter, and my mom, a lady who loves beauty. A serious firefighter like my dad fell for my mom's tenderness. There was an accident at the factory where my dad was assigned. Later, I learned the owner didn't warn there were explosive materials inside. That day, no designer handbag could hide my mama's tears. It was the first time I saw her cry so desolately. How dare you hit me? Chu-Then angrily tried to fight me. I refused to back down. Talking about my dad, you deserve a lesson. Suddenly, I felt a warm hand grab my wrist. I was pulled outside, facing Gi-ten's frowning face. Girls who fight, how are you supposed to tutor my brother well? I sobbed and brushed his hand off. Why does fighting relate to tutoring my brother? He looked at me as if I'd get hit if I said more. Luckily, Chu-Then lost the fight mood seeing Gi-ten arrive. She slunk back to her seat like a rat crossing the street. At new dismissal, my stomach was loudly growling. I looked for Gi-ten's seat, but he was gone. What the heck? I said we'd go together. I sadly packed up. Then I noticed the unfriendly gaze from Chu-Then. She was persistent as a leech. I knew this wasn't good. Her gang wouldn't leave either. This was bad really only for me. After all, my best friend's mother came to pick her up, but my mom was still in the hospital. Crazy Dr. Yan Yangxi, are you planning to die in class? I turned and met Gi-ten's impatient gaze. Luckily, he appeared just in time to save me. Little Hai, you finally came. Come eat. The food's cold now. I didn't know why, but as a tutor, he seemed a bit over in his witticisms. Gi bribing lit up when he saw me. Besides Gi-ten, the whole family really liked me. At the meal, Gi-ten's mother suddenly spoke. Little Hai, I'll double your pay, as long as you tutor Bang Bang every noon and evening. No thanks, Auntie. Why the sudden pay raise? She noticed my confusion and explained. Don't hesitate to take the pay. Bang Bang is very picky. Many tutors gave up before finding someone like you. Also, yesterday you said your mom was sick. I understand maybe you need the money more. Her explanation really touched me. The second reason was probably the main one. Andy thought I must be struggling with my mom in the hospital, plus being misunderstood. Refusing a good offer is harder than accepting it. Raise it. I won't refuse anymore. No class this afternoon. Guess I'd stay here the whole time. Hey, do you know how to play games? Are you kidding? Why wouldn't I know? Haha, who do you think you are? Heard of Glory of Kings? Gi Bribing's eyes lit up. Can you play a few rounds with me? I'm climbing ranks. We're here all day anyway. Let's go. Let it in. One match doesn't even tire me. Wow, you're so good. Smart. Excellent at games. And pretty. I smiled, happy to be praised. Come on, another round. My phone rang, breaking my words. Caller, it was my mom. Mom calling me? That's never good. Hello Yanxi, I forgot a document at home. Are you free now? Can you bring it? Of course, nothing good. Alright, Mom, wait a moment. Oh no, just got a raise, Andy. I'm so embarrassed. My mom's illness has worsened. I have to go immediately. Need Giten to drive you? No, Andy. I turned and left. Keep bribing smiled brightly at Giten. Brother, teacher Hyde is better at games than you. Giten glanced at his brother and then at my game stats. Keep bribing held his phone in front of him. Glory of King's match. 13 kills without dying once. But what caught Giten's attention wasn't my stats but my ed. I'm the campus queen at university. Giten looked up his game name. I am the campus god of university. That was the name he and his online girlfriend had spent a long time coming up with. His hand clenched tightly, gnashing teeth. I finally found her. After struggling to reach the hospital gate, I saw a familiar figure from afar. True enough, on a narrow path. Without her gang, I ignored her. Still, I pretended not to see her, but as I passed, her acid voice sounded. You really don't disappoint. Oh wow, is your mom sick? Looks like heaven's eyes. How much trash can your mouth hold? Since I was already outside, I didn't want to make a fool of myself. What's up? Isn't your dad sick? So why are you at the hospital? She arrogantly said, My dad's not sick, he came to discuss business. Oh, seriously? Doing business at the hospital? First time I've heard that. I didn't want to waste words and went straight to the ward. My mom was talking with a courteous man in a suit. I nodded. Mom, I brought the document. Their conversation seemed to be ending. All right, Mr. Chu, if terms are agreed, let's sign the contract. Fine. The man signed decisively. But Mom, I nearly got into a fight at school today. Unexpectedly, my mom stopped and scolded me. You're usually fine, why fight? It's dangerous, you know. She said we're poor. That's fine, but she brought up my dad. I couldn't take it. I noticed Mom trembled slightly. Oh no, you let it slip. Don't bring this up in front of Mom. A calm voice, but Mom was mad. The man comforted her. Kids nowadays don't understand. Let's sign the papers, Director Law. Dad, why is it taking so long? All three of them looked toward the door. It was Truthine. Director Chu, business. Oh my god, the man was Truthine's dad. Her eyes looked at me in shock. I looked at Mom and pointed toward the door. Mom is her. I couldn't believe I'd ever tattle like this. People always live by what they once hated. But I had to admit it felt good. Oh, the man's face immediately darkened. He seemed at a loss. Mom said little, just put down her pen. Mr. Chu, I think this contract should be reconsidered. Seems unsuitable. Let's discuss another day. Blabbermouth, he twitched, forcing out a smile worse than crying. Come on, my colleague Lo has prepared everything. Mom silently said nothing. Truthine, come here now. The man shook with anger. She had no choice but to look at her dad fearfully and shivered as she walked over. Smack! The slap sounded clearly. Within 5 seconds, a handprint was imprinted on her face. Why don't you know any better? How many times have I told you not to bully your classmates? Her tears flowed freely, but she didn't dare speak. Mom watched coldly, not intervening. I even felt gloating. Being the villain felt kind of fun. The man turned to Mom. Is that enough, Miss Lo? My daughter was wrong. I will discipline her properly. Let the kids settle school conflicts at school. Hearing this, the man looked hopeful. Sure, tomorrow I'll tell my daughter to apologize to Little Hai at school, okay? He looked kindly in my direction. I didn't escalate things and nodded slightly. Good, Mr. Chu, shall we sign the contract tomorrow? Any problem, mate? Fine. No impact. He hurried out, dragging his daughter along. Watching them leave, I hugged Mom tightly. Mom, you're the best. You really are my mom. Don't worry, no matter what, I won't let you be bullied. A man then entered the doctor. Mom light. Seeing the two of us, he looked a little surprised. Who is this? Your daughter? Mom coldly pushed me aside. No, she's my niece. But on the taxi ride home, I opened Giten's messages. Since I turned on silent mode, his message non-stop. The latest was 5 minutes ago. Wivy, if I found you by my own ability, can we hug and kiss? Hug and kiss? I'm right in front of you, but you don't recognize me. What ability do you think you have? Fine, up to you. If you do, dream on. I'll wait. Back home, Gitan's aunt texted. How's it going? How's your mom? Sometimes I wanted to say, I don't have a mom anymore. I've become mom's niece. There's no mom here. She's doing okay but mentally unstable. Psychologically unstable? That's hard to fix. Gaten was lounging on the sofa, then suddenly stood, going up to my room. What did that mean? He completely ignored my suspicious look and went upstairs. Oh my god, should I follow? Sis, you're back? I don't understand this problem. Can you help me? Gay bribing called from the doorway. I looked upstairs, somewhat hesitant, but went to gay bribing. After all, tutoring was my main job. Besides, every time Gaten contacted me, it was never good news. This problem you don't understand? This chapter is about semiconductor electronics. This topic might be one of the hardest in high school. Gaten pushed open the door. I turned and met his gaze. His expression was displeased, like he was upset about something. Why do I tell you to come to my room but you run here? I rolled my eyes, wanting to pop them out. Please, teaching is my job. Come to my room first. We'll teach him later. He forcibly grabbed my hand and dragged me outside. Sis, hi, come on. Deep bribing ran over, grabbing my hand, trying to prevent Gaten from pulling me. I was caught in the middle, speechless, pulling me back and forth like trying to tear me apart. I know you don't like her, but Deep bribing looked at Gaten with pity. Hey, is that polite to say? I knew Gaten disliked me, but saying it straight like this was embarrassing. Gaten glared at his brother angrily. Do you know what? Let go. Gabe bribing shook his head, firmly refusing. Don't touch her hands. Got it? Oh my god, are they still going to fight? Gaten keep bribing. What are you two doing here? And he pushed in and pulled Gaten aside. Keep bribing immediately put on his best whining act. Mom, he always stops me from studying, and even tries to bully sis. His acting deserved a basket afterward, but thinking about it, what Gabe bribing said wasn't far from the truth. Andy looked half unsure and half believing, then at me. Don't look at me. I'm not offending either side. Probably she thought my silence meant Gaten was forcing me. She grabbed Gaten's ear and pulled him away. Mom's told you many times, don't disturb your brother's study or tease high anger. Get out now. Mom, listen to me. Let me go. Before leaving, she smiled at me. Don't worry. You both continue studying. I'll go teach him a lesson. The door closed without Gaten. The room felt much calmer. Sis, hi, shall we continue? I nodded. Tea bribing really was smart, truly commendable. This chapter is about semiconductor electronics, probably one of the hardest subjects in high school. For me, just explaining the key points he didn't understand and doing 2 sample problems sufficed. He could handle the rest by himself. Key bribing checked with me after every step, nodding approval. He beamed happily. Done, sis, hi. I understood everything today. No other subjects left. He shook his head and packed his books. This is like early study, and it feels pretty good. I glanced at the clock. 2 hours had passed, and Gaten hadn't disturbed us even once. Seems like he really managed everything well. What should I do now? It was the weekend, and I was free all afternoon. Maybe my best friend saw my mental plea and messaged me. Hey, come here. There's something fun. Then send a location pin to a karaoke bar complete with room number. What fun. Waited 5 minutes with no reply. Knowing you, you're probably swooning over some handsome guy again. Karaoke on Sunday afternoon. Who's free to sing then? Usually, I'm not interested, but since Gibrabing finished studying and no one was around, I was free. I'll come immediately. Gibrabing waved sadly as she left. I didn't see Giting anywhere. Maybe he'd been pulled away again, but it was fine. He'd never looked kindly on me. If I left early, surely he'd fire me. I drove to the karaoke and entered the room my best friend gave me. The moment the door opened, something felt off. No music, no laughter. Seeing the scene inside, I immediately turned to leave. Inside were only Chuthin and 3 or 4 tattooed men. My best friend, she was curled up on the couch, hands holding her head, her phone thrown on the table. This was a trap. I silently turned, started to flee, but at the door, a blond man with an earring blocked me. We're done for. I tried to stay calm, glanced at Chuthin, maintaining my spirit. What are you planning? If you touch me, I'll make sure you and your father live a miserable life. Chuthin played with her phone and stepped toward me. Look at the handprint on my face. See, this is the handprint. My father never hit me before. All because of bitches like you and your deadbeat mom. She held her phone up, pointing it at me. Her face wore a challenging smile. "You're rich, aren't you, rich girl? Planning to report to your parents so they make me and my dad miserable?" She showed the phone to a tattooed man nearby. He pointed at the blonde at the door. "Hold her hands tight." The blonde stepped forward, smiling sickly, grasping both my hands. "Get lost. Stay away, you bastard." I struggled with all my strength. But there was a huge difference. He held both my hands with one hand, the other beginning to mess with me. "Shut up, or I'll show you how obedient the blonde here is." He forced my head to face Truthine. My eyes reddened as I stared at her. "What are you looking at, bitch?" She raised her hand and felt a gust brush my ear. My ears rang, face burning like fire. The slap was so hard that even with my head held, I was knocked sideways. I felt a crack in my neck, then warm liquid streaming from my nose. "Fix her head straight for me." The blonde complied, then slapped me 3 more times. My mind blurred. "Stop hitting hi, you bastard. Come at me if you dare." I staggered up to stop them but was blocked by a tattooed man. Truthine looked at her hand, seemingly smeared with my blood. She finally stopped. "Filthy bitch, always pretending to be pure." She took a tissue from one man, wiped her hand roughly, then grabbed her phone back. She waved at the man, who smiled disgustingly and closed in on me. "All right, I'm done venting. Now it's your turn. Enjoy." Rubbing her hands together, wearing a sick grin. "Look at these legs, long and white. Let go. Don't touch me." My hands were bound tight. I struggled wildly, throwing the tattooed man off. "Oh, someone's got attitude." The black blonde held me tight again, while others cleaned the table and restrained my limbs. I glanced at Truthine. She was happily filming from a corner. "If you dare tell anyone about this, I'll post this video in the school group right away." Seeing her hateful face, I gritted my teeth. "Damn it, if I get the chance, I'll kill you." I fought back, desperate to keep them off me. A punch to my face knocked me out. When I woke up, my head throbbed painfully. My reflex was to shield the bright light. After a few confused seconds, I recalled what happened and sat up straight. Looked down at my clothes, still intact. Noticed around me I was in a hospital. "You're awake." I turned to see Gitem. Why was he here? His voice was a bit rough. "Probably awoken by me." He sounded somewhat annoyed. "Why am I in the hospital? What happened after I passed out yesterday?" I stammered, anxious to know. "What? You're fine. After all, I saved you." Gitem proudly pounded his left chest. I noticed his right arm was in a cast. "What happened to your arm?" "Told you, it happened saving you." I grabbed the mirror, bruises smudged my face, parts turning purple. "Oh no, my looks are ruined." "Gitem, are you sure? Those guys didn't really do anything to me." He looked at me seriously, then I burst out laughing. "Did what to you? Or do you want to hear how they hurt me first?" He purposely shook his cast. "Don't worry, saving you meant saving you whole. Just a shame I can barely eat now." Suddenly, something felt off. I got into trouble. "What about Mom? Is she still flirting with the doctor?" "Gitem, where's my mom?" He looked at me and answered cryptically. "She's got some stuff to handle." "Where's that Truthine girl?" "I'll definitely deal with her." I was about to get out of bed, but Gitem stopped me. "No need. Truthine has been sent to the detention center. Andy is handling it." Hearing this calmed my anger a bit. The school forced her to drop out. But that wasn't the main point. She was now mentally unstable. What happened to her? Gitem glanced at me but stayed silent. "Because Andy canceled the contract with Truthine's father. He had initially sought cooperation. The contract terms were very harsh. In the end, they got angry and his capital chain broke. Last night, Truthine's father jumped to his death. That's why she went crazy. She deserved it. The university got rid of a troublemaker, but her dad's fate was tragic. Maybe he should reconsider how he raised her." The entire time, Gitem never detailed how he saved me last night. Since then, I entered rest and recuperation. The police summoned me for questioning. When I returned, Truthine's things had been cleared away, having dealt with a common enemy. I can't gain attention. Why repeat all this? Because it was when I first scolded Gitem and became a sensation. My mom was good at protecting me. She explained to the teachers that I was recovering because Truthine sent people to assault me. But the tattoo man she never mentioned. Some girls' lives are so boring. Whether true or not, rumors are often accepted as fact. My relationship with Gitem had somewhat improved. Every night, I still comfortably called him baby because he didn't know who I was. I still rode in his Ferrari every day after school to tutor Guy bribing. But recently, I got a new task feeding Guy. It was a one-sided request from him. But to show gratitude for saving me, I agreed with some pay. Doing 2 jobs felt worth it. Though I wanted to go home, Mom still hadn't hooked that doctor. Knowing her, I couldn't persuade her. That before, Guy always insisted I come to his room. Now I came every day, but he never said what he wanted after feeding him. I went to Guy Bribing's room to teach physics. Hey, do you like my brother? No, I admitted, feeling uneasy saying that. If not, why would I feed him? I just wanted to thank him for saving me. The karaoke night. Yeah, how did you know? You have to thank me too, for telling my brother where you were. Otherwise, how would he find you? Guy Bribing wore a proud look. This bragging trait really ran in the family. Did your brother ask where you were? I said you went karaoke with someone else. He then got furious, stormed out. What? What is Guy doing here? I smiled at Guy Bribing. Oh, then I really have to thank you. Want to eat something? Or go somewhere? I'll treat you. Thinking for 2 minutes, says, hey, how about we go to the amusement park? I nodded okay, but you have to inform Mom and your brother first. Otherwise, I'll be an irresponsible tutor. Guy Bribing ran out happily. Says hi is awesome. 2 minutes later, he came back, looking strange and disappointed. What's wrong? Didn't you go? No, it's okay. I'll play games with you. Guy Bribing looked at me sadly, shaking his head. No, Mom agreed, but my brother. What about your brother? Mom agreed. What else does he have to say? Not scared Mom will pinch his ears? I gently comforted Guy Bribing. It's okay. Brother's opinion doesn't matter. Annie agreed, so that's enough. But didn't your brother also agree? But he said he wants to follow Annie. Guy went with his usual serious face. Would he even smile? Would he not ruin the atmosphere? Guy Bribing sighed helplessly. Strange. His brother had never been interested in amusement parks. In my mind, I pictured Guy seriously sitting on a carousel horse. Where's your brother? Where is he? He said he's changing clothes. Told us to wait. With the cast on, still dressing up? At least he didn't ask me to help him change. Alright, I'll call the car. Guy Ferrari can't fit all 3 of us. Waiting downstairs about 5 minutes. Guy slowly appeared. Stepping out, it almost blinded me. Polished leather shoes, tidy suit, even a tie. I thought he was heading to a charity event at the bazaar. Of course, I didn't dare comment on his outfit, but Guy Bribing, fearless of his brother, thought differently. Hey, why are you dressed like this when we're going out to play? Want to go or not? If not, go back to studying. I knew talking to him wouldn't help. Luckily, the complaint wasn't mine. I didn't plan to bring you anyway. Guy immediately looked at me as if asking if that was true. Why drag me into fights? No, I'm very welcoming. Seeing the mood soften, I quickly smoothed things over. Alright, the car's here. Let's go. Take me to High Van Dan. The driver glanced in the mirror, teasing. Oh, 3 people going together? 2 look like they're on a picnic and 1 looks like going to a wedding? We burst out laughing. Guy stern face turned toward me. Funny? Oh God, even Faye makes mistakes. He always targets me. Don't always bully Sis High. Someone like her, and he's like this. No wonder he has no girlfriend. Guy said nothing, but his face grew darker. Sis High is smart, good at games, gentle, pretty, and treats me to outings. I keep Bribing listed my strengths, then suddenly said, if anyone marries Sis High, they'd smile even in their dreams. He excitedly looked at me. I'm 16. In 6 years, I can marry her. If I marry Sis High, I get to be with her every day. Before finishing, Guy Bribing got a hard smack on the head. How dare you? Guy coldly eyed Guy Bribing. Guy Bribing held his head, grumbling at his brother. Are you okay? You hit too hard. Guy raised his hand again, ready to hit, pretending not to know the difference between big and small. Seeing this, I quickly covered Guy Bribing's head. Stop hitting. Smart kid like him, hitting more will make him stupid. Now Guy murderous gaze turned to me. You defend him, want to marry him, inviting trouble. I should have stayed silent. My protecting Guy Bribing made him even more pleased. Sis he already agreed. Saying no won't help. If I marry Sis High, Mom will be happy. Guy Bribing looked at me. You agree? She did agree. When I'm old enough to marry. Then suddenly Gita reached toward me. I thought he was going to hit me. Scared, I closed my eyes tight, but his hand only gently stroked my head. Don't say such things lightly to boys in the future. His face was strange saying this. Looks like unusual feelings were rising. His hand stayed on my head. My face turned red without me realizing. After all, he was the school's hottest guy, who wouldn't be moved. But of course, his handsome face couldn't hide his sharp tone. I pouted. Don't know where you get the guts to argue with kids. Why be so calculating? The cute expression on his face immediately disappeared. What wind blows to change your face so fast? Keaton looked annoyed. He looked at me, enunciating every word. You're 16, not a child anymore. By that logic. I'm a kid too. I'm only 22. So should we just go register our marriage now? I was stunned, feeling like an old man on the subway. What was he saying? Marry me now? He avoided my suspicious gaze. Embarrassed, he stared out the window. Nothing. Not discussing that yet. Not 10 minutes and he'd changed expression 3 times. Typical Gitan. But on the way, we talked more than ever. When we arrived and got off the car, Gibribing's excitement turned to complaints. Huh? Why so crowded? It's the weekend, but the line is so long. No worries. Weekends, but it's fine. Here, take this. I pulled a card from my pocket. VIP membership card for the Wonxian Mall. The members' entrance was almost empty. Mom made this card, probably to keep me from staying home since she often went on dates. Wow, sis hey, you have a membership card. Do you, sis hey? Oh, where's he? Only then did I realize since getting out of the car, Gitan was nowhere. No words, his presence was barely felt, but he was so tall. Could he be lost? Hey, where's he? Gibribing pointed. Sure enough, Gitan stood out in his suit. I noticed he held cotton candy and an ice cream cone, more girly than a girl. A handsome guy usually had a reserved personality. Gitan came up to me, offering cotton candy and ice cream. Here, want some? Me? I was confused but took it. What's going on with him today? Strange behavior. At this moment, Gibribing started shouting for lack of food. Brother, give me money, I'll buy myself. Gitan ignored him. Gibribing put his hand in Gitan's jacket pocket and pulled out a small piece of paper. He curiously looked at it. Gitan's reaction was so intense. Gibribing, give that back. Gibribing playfully bargained. I want cotton candy and ice cream too. Deal? Gitan kept his cold expression. Nobody knew what was written on that paper to make him so serious. Give it here. I'll buy candy for you. Without hesitation, Gibribing returned the paper quickly. Well, Gitan went shopping. Gibribing whispered in my ear. Guess what's on that note? I didn't see. How can I guess? I shook my head honestly. Don't know, but really want to know. Gibribing nodded and whispered again. It's tips for impressing a girl at the amusement park. Behind the candy and ice cream, some check marks show progress on impressing a girl. I looked at Gibribing. Confirmed he wasn't a girl. I started thinking about myself. Could all Gitan's strange acts today be for me? I shook my head hard, telling myself, Yan Chenxi, that's a dangerous thought. Gibribing looked at me with slight regret. Says hi, seems like you're about to be my sister-in-law. Sister-in-law. My foot, Gibribing sighed. Being around his brother was really tiring. But no worries. If that's the case, I get to see Sisbai every day. I made a disgusted face and quickly texted Gitan. Baby, do you like any other girl? No. Only you. A precise conclusion. Classic daddy's boy. Would Gitan like me? I still can't believe it. Don't dream. I definitely won't like your brother. I know, he's not a good guy. Suddenly curious about the note. Do you know what else was on your brother's note? Gibribing shook his head. No, I didn't see more. Gitan returned with the snacks. We immediately stopped chatting. What should we do first? Roller coaster or drop tower? Both were risky rides. Gibribing was excited. Gitan wasn't. He glanced at the note. Haunted house? Why the haunted house? Why not? Don't want two brothers fighting. I quickly made peace. Okay, haunted house sounds fun. It takes a while to clear the haunted house. You wait for people to go out before the next enter. So the line is longer than any other ride. Here, the VIP car worked. We entered through the member lane, attracting envy from the crowd. We earned many admiring, envious, and angry stares. Before entering, Gaetan leaned close to me. "If you're scared, hold my hand." At first, I pretended not to be scared, but when a ghost almost made me fall, I tightly grabbed his hand. "I'm not the one holding on. You told me to hold your hand first." My face heated up. I never dared look at him. The haunted house was huge. Every 3 steps a little ghost popped up. Every 5 steps a big ghost appeared. Each time I backed away. By the exit, I nearly climbed on Gaetan's head. He helped me down, fixing my crumpled suit. Seeing nothing, I realized his attitude toward me had changed a lot. Could Keep Bribing have been right? All because he insisted on the haunted house and embarrassed me like this. Then Keep Bribing and I loudly demanded to ride the roller coaster and drop tower. While I screamed in terror, I glanced at Gaetan's face. Suddenly, the drop tower lost its thrill. I even wanted to jump. At that moment, exactly as Keep Bribing said, Gaetan knew how to spoil the mood. As the sun set, we reached the last stop, the Ferris wheel. When the front cabin was full, Gaetan suddenly grabbed my hand and pulled me in. Then he told Keep Bribing, "You sit in the next cabin." The opposite cabin held a couple deeply in love. Gaetan and I really had nothing to say, only silently listening to their sweet words. "Love, they say if you kiss at the top of the Ferris wheel, you will be together forever. Do you want to be with me?" The boy's voice. The girl blushed, head on his shoulder, shyly nodding. As the Ferris wheel rose, the scenery unfolded beneath us. Distant mountains, nearby lake. Nature seemed to witness this love. I didn't know if we'd reached the peak, but the couple had melted into each other, oblivious to the world. Feeling awkward, I turned to the window to admire the view. Suddenly, Gaetan leaned close, whispering, "Reach the top." Before I understood, his hand held mine tightly. He muttered one word, then his face drew close, obscuring the rest. He looked at me, ears reddening, hesitating. "Shall we stay together forever?" I lowered my head, tried to pull back, but his grip tightened. When our eyes met again, though my face was hidden, I could feel it flush brightly. Almost simultaneously, his face came closer, until warm lips touched mine. His kiss was forceful and irresistible. I felt like a piece of fish being bitten and torn apart. "Don't hurt me." I pushed him. I barely managed to say those 2 words. I don't even recall how I got off the Ferris wheel. Only remember when Keep Bribing got off, he stared at my face. "Sis, hi. Did you eat something spicy? Why are your lips swollen?" She just ate something delicious, so her lips are swollen. I patted Gaetan's smug face beside me. But after that day, I stopped tutoring at Gaetan's house. Mom got discharged and stayed with the doctor she favored. But at least, I wasn't the only one at home anymore. Looking back, I still don't understand why I vaguely agreed that day. Now I didn't know how to face him. I tried to avoid him at school. Still, I felt the gaze following me in class. Damn it, what was the deal between me and Gaetan? Hee, come with me to watch basketball. That super handsome guy is on the court. My best friend dragged me unwillingly to the basketball court. Do you think he's even more handsome than Gaetan? I glanced over and replied, "Not sure." She was enthralled. I squatted by the court, playing on my phone, deliberately avoiding. Suddenly, a loud shout came. I looked up and saw a giant figure charging at me. Then I passed out. Yes, I fainted after being crushed by someone. I didn't even get to see who it was. When I came to, I was in the hospital. Oh God, I hadn't been hospitalized all year, but these past few days, 2 visits. The doctor glanced at me. Awake? Before I could react, he went outside calling, "Stop standing there, she's awake." He changed my bandages and shut the door. Gaetan came in. His face wore rare concern. "How do you feel?" I shook my head, almost crying. "Not well. My whole body hurts, headaches, aching legs." I regretted saying that. "Oh dear, you sound like you're whining." Gaetan stroked my head, a little stern. "It's okay, I already called Andy. She'll be here soon." "Thank you," I smiled, but with a mischievous grin. "No need to thank me, Wiffy." "No, who's your wife?" My voice lowered. Online, he called me that, and I didn't protest. I quickly tucked my legs under the blanket. How embarrassing. "But you're sick? You know who I am, but don't say anything." Suddenly, a strong force pulled my legs off my face. His eyes looked like a hunter eyeing prey. I instinctively recoiled to the bed's edge. "I already told you I would find you. You said if I found you, I could kiss and hug you." Gitan's face looked pitiful, as if blaming me. That Ferris wheel memory returned. My cheeks flushed again. That time doesn't count. You hadn't really found me then. I gave him a wary look like a gangster. I covered my mouth, signaling him to stop dreaming. This time you rescued me to the hospital. Shouldn't I thank you? I kept my mouth covered, shaking my head no. I just woke up and I'm still weak. Let's talk about it later. Seeing his sly smile, I sensed trouble. Too bad for him. Oh, Gitan pulled me closer on the bed. Soon started twisting my arm. I tried to push his face away, but I was too weak. I couldn't resist. I closed my eyes, resigned. Looking at my swollen lips like sausages, I almost cried. Gitan looked satisfied and eager. Whiffy. After the kiss, wait until you recover, then we'll hug. I helplessly stared at him, no energy to argue. He stood tall, looked down at me, as full of possession. Whiffy, after you graduate, let's get married. The doctor said, you can be discharged today. Come to my house this afternoon. I held a bridal bouquet, listening to him whisper vows of love to Gitan. That day, I heard the sweetest words in the world. But Yan Yangxi, if my life were a poem, you'd appear on the first page. All the days after would be the poem's content. When people read poems, they carry the story of the first page deep into the verses. I will carry my love and faith in you on the first page to live the rest of my life fully. Kids, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to support me in making more videos. See you in the next video!